Namaste, guys. Hello. Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are well. I want to ring my bell. So, last night was pretty heavy for me. I know you all may have felt that energy of the Aries moon, but I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? And so it may have felt like you were going through initiation, right? Seeing if you can handle what is being bestowed upon you, okay? Because this is what it felt like to me last night. Like, can I handle this? And so I'm trying to like ask my guys like how they want me to start this off, because I did pull some cards. I just started pulling these cards because I started experiencing magical stuff. And so I had a gnome with me. I hadn't even like realized it because I was picking up on some heavy energy last night. I think this gnome was helping me clear this, and it's the same gnome that has been with me for the past 5 years. And it's so crazy because I kept remembering what the gnome wore, and I think I spoke about this gnome in a previous video. And this gnome was showing me like well, how it appeared to be having an all red jumpsuit, and I didn't like, thank you for being here, I didn't know, like, I don't know how to explain this, like I didn't know it was with me, okay? Because I was working through some heavy energy last night, and so I was trying to decide if I wanted to put it on YouTube to share with you all, just in case you all may be experiencing this. But I am going to share it, but I'm going to get to that. Spirit always has me tell you these stories before I open up, and so with the full message. So I'm definitely going to share that with you. It's very insightful. And so I went on the porch, the patio, and the clouds start like 2, 3, 4, you all could be seeing, it started like moving towards me. The clouds were barreling towards me, and I was just like, whoa. And you know, we see things in the clouds, right? Most of us, right? Clairvoyantly. And so this is how I do my scrying with my ancestors. And so I can see like messages, I can hear them coming off of me, okay? Coming from this, whatever is written down here. I heard the map, like I'm being shown a map, which explains my dream. Oh God, oh my God, like so my dream, my ancestor regarding it is the primordial element of air, right? My deep ancestors were Igbo, and so we do like market day. So today is market day 4, I think, and that is the element of air, breath, right? And it was last night out in my dream, I didn't like, they showed me some wheels in a car, and the car was huge, and I said, these wheels too small for the car. And then it was an older African gentleman in my dream, and he took me, he said, come with me, let me show you something. And so he showed me what he said, how about turning pleasure into pain? Because something I had experienced, I was working through some heavy energy last night, and he was like, turning pleasure into pain. And he was speaking in a different language, but I just understood everything he was saying. And so he was like, the wheels are perfect, like perfect. And I often question, can I handle what they given me? And they often come to me and let me know that yes, you can handle this, you can handle this. But they always mention like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is, they mention that to me over and over again when I'm starting to 444 my timer, when I'm starting to experience heavy energy, okay? And I'm telling you all this, please, because you can do it, okay? You just have to understand how your vehicle drives. Oh my God. You have to understand how your vehicle drives, okay? And so I'm learning how my energetic body drives. It moves off love, because in my dream, I tried to put on makeup, and there was a young man who kept telling me, like, you don't need the foundation. You don't need that foundation. And I never wear foundation, but in my dream, I was trying to put on foundation. But you can see the green glowing through the makeup I had. Through the foundation I put on, I was just glowing like this crystal green, emerald green, and you can just see it just shining through me. And so I was just like, wow, like I didn't understand what that meant until after I wake up. 4, 5, 6, you all could be saying, but I understood my ancestors was telling me, like, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and about the energy. Raven is saying hello, so they are definitely here. The energy I was picking up last night, I'm going to talk to you all about that, but I want to talk to you all about the gnome. And so I never looked up to see what color the gnome was, right? This grumpy gnome that I seen, and it's been with me, right? It's been grumpy, right? It's a grumpy gnome. Okay, I didn't understand. No, and then Raven, no, Raven, no. Okay, give me a second. So she's trying to get this gnome, right? She's jumping up on, I have an altar by my front. And so I have this gnome on my altar. It's pink though. It's offering me some flowers, some candy. It explains why I've been craving cinnamon rolls. I've been craving treats like cinnamon. I'm going to feed it some cinnamon. It wants some treats, I get it. And so the gnome popped up in my head this morning when I was sitting on the porch. And so I was just like, okay, like, and so it was just like, look and see what color the grumpy gnome was off Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, the Dwarfs, right? And so I looked, I said, this dude better not have red on. No shit, it had on red. And I just started laughing. And then I just started seeing like the most magical things outside, the clouds. You know, you can feel when you are in that magical realm, you can just feel the magic. It kind of like slows down and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like I was so happy to be back in that realm, okay? Because I often am in that space, but if I'm moving about throughout the world, it can be very dangerous, okay? Because I can, like, I almost got hit by a car one time. I almost crashed my car, okay? So you have to like ground yourself, but I'm going to let this roll, okay? Because this is here to help me elevate something. I'm just going to deal with it, okay? Being in this magical space. And because it's helping you. And I feel like that's the message. Like, you guys are being put in this magical space so it can help raise your vibrational frequency so you can understand how your abilities work, okay? That's the message. And so you may be feeling people's energy, right? I keep saying people are having a Saturn's return because it's true, right? And so you may be feeling like people are thinking these things about you, right? You may be feeling like people are projecting on you, right? But it's not that they're projecting. It's not that they are feeling this about you. It is what they feel about themselves. And I remember I spoke to you all about this before in a previous video about how I first understood that. When I went into the Walgreens, it was a guy and he was like not happy, but I already picked up on his energy before I left the house. And I went into the Walgreens and he just kind of like, you know, gave me a stank face. And I just walked through the door, but it wasn't like I went home and I kind of was taking it personal. I said, damn, what did I do to him? I didn't do any damn thing to him. It's something that he felt about himself, but I telepathically can feel his stuff. And so you may be like that. You may be experiencing that, okay? My videos are for confirmation, okay? They are not for, my videos are for confirmation, okay? My videos are for awakening. They are not for offense, okay? And so I try to help you all elevate, well, my guides, your guides, if you find my videos, it's because you're going through the transition of dropping the self. You're dropping the versions of you that believe that it is a human, okay? You are dropping those versions of you and you are tapping more into your authentic space, okay, that of a child. You are on your way childlike, right? And so that energy, right, you could be picking up on people's shit. You may be thinking they're feeling this way about you, but no, it is them feeling that way about themselves, okay? So that is something that you all may be picking up on, because as I stated before, a lot of people are going through this Saturn's return and it is not looking good for them, okay? Because I was picking up on that heavy energy last night, and I wanted to put a video up about it, but I just was like, no, let me just relax myself. And I have been like doing salt baths every day, so maybe that can work for you all to clear your energy. And so how I can tell, thank you, Spirit, that it's not mine, it doesn't feel like mine. It feels like it's coming into me. It feels like it's coming my way. And so maybe somebody may be thinking about me, right? That person could be thinking about me, but their energetic signature is shame, guilt, lies. You may find yourself mimicking their behavior. You may find 1111 on my timer. You may find yourself mimicking them, okay? Like doing things that they do, copying their mannerisms, okay? That is something that you may do. You may copy their mannerisms, right? And I noticed that about myself last night when I was doing something. I was copying someone's mannerism, and man, I just was like, I started to feel down. The energy that was coming to me, like I can hear it, and I was like, man, do they feel this way about me? I started getting in that space. I started personalizing it, like, man, like I didn't even do nothing to them. Like I was getting into that space, and it was just bringing me down. And so I was trying to just like go to sleep and just block out of it, because I was like, man, if this is coming to me, and I know it's not going to stick to me, right? But I was just something about whatever part of me. I think that's what is being like, what I'm being separated from right now. That version of me that feels empathy or feels like a state of compassion for the person who's experiencing that, because I know what it's like to experience it, if that makes sense. So that version of me that feels, because it was once human also. I don't know how to say that, Spirit. Oh my God. The version of me that was that human version of me, that humanness part of me, I feel so sad and overwhelmed, so empathetic towards someone else's suffering. And I was kind of like allowing it to overcome me, overtake me, right? That's not being a empowered empath, right? It was overtaking me, like the movie from the Never Ending Story, or Trail, like the Nothing, how he started to, like, that was kind of happening to me last night. And so I was just like, what the fuck? And my ancestor showed up in my dream, was like, no ma'am. It's like, no ma'am, like, we're not doing this. And so he was just like, and I was just telling him, like, I can't. And then he was just like, yeah, you can, like, you have to. And so as I was like going through my day, it just became clear. And I was just like, oh my God, like I was so happy. And then a sense of relief came over me, and then boom, the magic. And so I came over here to pull some cards, and Shambala initiation, right? It's the energy, right? It's the overall energy of the central sun. It's crazy because I had been seeing scarab beetles all yesterday. I didn't understand what that meant. Okay, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success, right? And this is the energy that I felt. I felt regenerated. I felt, I like to call it that comeback energy. You know, Spinoza speaks about this energy that is of the natural child. The natural child have that unlimited space of energy. You know, children, before they get their program, right? Before they start worrying about people and how they feel about them, if they're doing it right, if they're doing it wrong, right? That energy, like, I'm often in that energy, right? But this time I feel like it's here to stay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it is, because she's... I'm about to say that because I can become like, and I can still try to fight it, but it can overtake me sometimes. And so, but my ancestors always come in and be like, nope, like pull me out of it. Like, nope, you're not staying right there. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And so I feel like that could be happening for you all. This is why I share these experiences with y'all, because my readings are timeless, okay? And it will resonate you when it's time, okay? And so that was something that you all need to know. And then you have like these magical beings that is helping you all. As I stated the other day, like that Tiamat energy came to me, dragons, the Anunnakis was here assisting you all at this time, because that you saved their life in a past life. Anunnaki, they owe you a debt, and so they are here to repay their debt. So you may be feeling this this divine intervention, this divine help, right? And then we have the Shambala initiation, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, Dharma, right? This is the overall energy, right? Because you've done the right thing, because you continue to be love. And that was my dream. It was just like, I was seeing myself as gold. I'm sorry, as green. Like my aura was just green. And I have to work from my heart chakra, or I say this all the time, my abilities don't work unless it's heart-based, okay? I can't do anything. But I wouldn't want it no other way, okay? And so the car that I was getting into, it was gold. It was like a shiny gold car. And I was concerned about the wheels not being big enough for the car. But my ancestors was like, these are brand new wheels. Like, you're good to go, trust me, right? And so that's maybe happening to you all. You guys may be getting this recharge, this upgrade, okay? Wow, man, ascension, okay, wow. People are experiencing their stuff, right? You guys are being separated from that, like put in that inner earth realm. And so we have chamber of the violet flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Okay, these cards just fell out, okay? And so clarifying that, the ancestral realm, right? Karmic release, healing and lineage, boundaries, right? Jeez, can I make this up? Because this is like, this is the energy. So if you are, especially if you have like family karma, you're being separated from it. That shit is being released from you because you've done the work. You've energetically done the healing. You've done it. Okay, and so the ancestors are keeping you. Look at that. That helix. This look like the helix to be like your light body activation is happening, like your gold body. Ooh. And then we have the I am presence, right? Seraphim's gateway, right? You could have like the seraphim angels around you. I've been finding little feathers everywhere throughout my house. And I'm just like, oh my God, right? Like, wait, let me show you all. Okay, they are little feathers, but I've been finding them throughout my house. And then yesterday when I went on my walk, I was finding little feathers everywhere also. I was seeing little bitty feathers everywhere. And I was just like, oh, look at the little feathers. And I was like, oh my God, look at the little feathers while I was on my walk yesterday. And so, you see, I'm finding feathers everywhere. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support, I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within, right? So this is a message to my earth angels, star seed, golden children. Remember, it's just a way to describe your soul signature, your natural signature before the program, right? And so we have star being healing codes, important information, wounds are healed, recharging, base chakra, strength, security, laying foundations, inner earth. So you all are like being kept right now in inner earth. And this is where like that magical realm that I can get swept up in if I don't ground myself. Yeah, and so that's something that is coming up today for you all. Soon, I'm hearing, if it hadn't hit a lot of you all, it will, okay? Fire element, like, and you know, that Aries energy, it's all about transformation. It's about like burning down things of the past to find your new passion, your new sense of passion. You all could wear red. Just understand your foundation is being set apart is what I'm hearing. Like your foundation is being reestablished, okay? And so we have the upper world, right? You're being placed. Look at that. And I was going to say an owl could be significant before I even seen this card. Like your intuition is being heightened, okay? Vision quest is here. Wow. Many paths. And we have Pachamama and the ghost dance. This is crazy because vision and it's up under ghosts. Okay, you all could be seeing ghosts. And I was going to say this in the beginning of my reading because yesterday I was cleaning up, like sweeping the floor, and I saw a ghost. Not a ghost. I don't want to call it that. Oh my gosh. I saw a spirit walk past my kitchen way. So that opening way, I saw I was right here sweeping in the kitchen, and my back was kind of turned, but I seen it from out the corner of my eye and it walked past. And then I walked this way because this is another way. Okay, that room, I don't have no furniture put in there because I wasn't supposed to get this apartment, but I got a bigger apartment. I didn't ask for a bigger, I asked for a smaller apartment. And so I guess I want to make that like a sunroom or like put a bunch of plants and stuff up in there. I don't know what to do with it because I don't know. So it's empty. And so I was just going to make it like a sunroom or a plant room. And so I'm thinking that it was my son walk past because I'm like, he ain't. And I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe that's Nico. But he's never that quiet, right? You only be seeing ghosts, okay? Because, not ghosts, but spirits. Like, you could be seeing that, okay? That's something. Pay attention to that. Yes, you are seeing them, okay? And so we have the owl and Pachamama. Pachamama is the energy of, hold on, I want to read from the book from that. I'm not going to be on here too long because I wanted to get back into my fun space. The essence. Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and the humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia. Okay, I like to call her Ayla. Who pervades all creation on our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological order. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are innovation to discover boundless love of Pachamama, okay? This is the invitation, you as a child of the earth. Now it's time to eat right, love right, and be joyous regardless of circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath. Embrace your joy and your pain equally and discover love through both. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean, the medicine. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It is time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and analyze. You were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in her beauty and honor all life, right? And so this is kind of giving the energy of Tiamat. Well, I was talking about yesterday. Like, remember I was talking about your root chakra? How about you guys are like being safe, feeling safe, walking in your light, knowing that other people's projection is not you, right? You're gaining this deeper understanding that it's not you. It never was about you. It was about them. The energy of hurt people, right? They can't help but hurt people. They can't help but act out of a sense of hurt because they have been hurt. It is that energy. You're walking in that knowing, talking in that knowing, living in that knowing that hurt people, and you're not associating with it as yours anymore. It's that sense of liberation to where you're like, finally, I made it. I don't know how to say that, but this is how it feels. Okay, then we have the sun card here, right? It's you still being able to shine bright even in darkness, right? That yin and yang, you being the light. Okay, you are the light, but yet and still you know there's a little bit of darkness, right? But you still maintain your light, right? It's the energy of all of the darkness, right? Right, and you're still able to see that darkness, right? You know, you are aware that it is there, right? Your awareness, right, is what brings it into balance, right? It's your awareness. And so you maintaining your light regardless of whatever situation you may find yourself in. I know that when it's time for it to happen to you, it will happen to you. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, okay? Because I can say this right now, and I'm not trying to pull myself back into that space, but you all know I'm healing from some PTSD from the military, and I don't know, like, I try not to put myself in situations to where I would be faced with the shit of the military that happened to me to trigger me. So if you're not ready to go do that, then don't fucking go do it. Don't go around people trying to test out some shit and then you wind up having like a relapse. Don't do that to yourself. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just suggesting that this is the new energy that is offered to you, okay? And if you need any type of psychological support, please go seek a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a doctor. Please go and do that, okay? Because a lot of times we can't handle this on our own. I just was attempting to do it on my own with the spiritual way as far as healing my PTSD, okay? But this is just the energy that is offered to you. And so I can definitely feel this energy, and I am so grateful for it because, sheesh, like, I used to often ask my ancestors, like, I don't think this is, like, I'm the right person for this job. And they would be like, oh, you're definitely the right person for the job. I just be like, y'all sure? Because I can get in the space to where I'm so sensitive. I get into a space to where I'm balled up, like, in bed, like, I just want it to go away. Just want it to go away. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear. I can get in that space, like, because I'm telepathic and it comes to me. And thank you, whatever vibrational, the birds, whatever vibrational frequency you are tuning into, you will continue to create that of its kind, right? And so that's why you have to maintain your energetic boundaries, your energetic sovereignty, right? So if you're feeling some energy of telepathic wise or energetic wise, I don't really feel it energetically. I feel other people energetic in my chakras when I know something that they need to heal. I can feel people like pulling on my chakras when they're like trying to manifest me or remembering something about me. I can feel that on my solar plexus and my sacral chakra, depending on what the energy is. If they're trying to control me, I will feel that pull, and then my thoughts will switch to controlling thoughts, times that people have controlled me, and then I know what the hell it is, and I can just snatch my fucking energy back. Absolutely not, right? And so, but oftentimes, more times than any, it's always telepathic. And I feel the difference. It's not coming from within me, it's coming at me. I can feel it coming at me. It feels separate. It feels like someone is talking to me through a glass, an invisible glass. It's like they're talking at me. The energy feels like it's being forced at me, it's being pushed at me. Okay, I can feel that. And so I was just like, oh, my ear is healing. I can feel that, like that separateness of it. And I was just like, and then I'll like personalize it, like, okay, I know it's not mine, but is this what they think about me? like, oh my God, like, I didn't even do anything to you. Like, it's that type of energy. So then I'll get sad because I know what I am, but I'll get sad and be like, man, like, this person don't really fucking like me. And no matter how nice I am, they just don't fucking like me. And it's not about them not liking me. It's about them not liking themselves. So I can pick up on the energy of them feeling terrible about themselves. Like they feel like they're a liar. They feel like they're a cheat. They feel like, and I was just like, it's not like, I know that's not me. I know they can't possibly see that in me because I don't see it in myself, right? And so, but it can become so overbearing because it's like, like some people can constantly be in that space with themselves, and man, it's eating them up now. It's like, it's double time for them, okay? Because they are going through their karma, Saturn's return, okay? And so, man, be aware of that, okay? This was the message, okay? Just be aware for that. We have calming the waters, peaceful regulation, yes, because you understand now, you get it now, right? You can, look at her, bring it into balance, bring it into peace. The card number 333 could be significant. Then we have the card number 39, ancient wisdom, right? You're tapping into ancient wisdom, like clairvoyance, right? Wow, sacred breath and sound. I'm not surprised by this because my ancestor, and then abundance is here. Sacred gratitude, bring gratitude to this life force communication, right? You're tapping into your chi. And then I split the deck on telepathically, okay? Telepathy, yeah. And the river of blessings, releasing constraints. And so this to me is really good energy. This is a miracle, okay? This is a miracle, okay? Because I've dealt with this for a long time, and this is a miracle, okay? And so allow this energy to, it may take some time for it to integrate. You know how you may already experience the shift spiritually, but gradually it will manifest in your physical realm, right? Energetically, because it has to from inward outward, right? And so give this energy some time to work through you at this time. Let me see some angel numbers to see if this resonated with you all. But pay attention because you guys are going to experience some magical shit. Okay, I had to talk about the gnomes. When I seen that gnome, it was just like, but it was me, and it was making that noise, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it just appeared out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh my God, did anybody else see this? And so I was just looking, and then a guy came up to me. He said, hey, pretty lady, how are you? Looking like a ray of sunshine. And he scared me. And I was like, oh, hi. And I was like, do you see this person with red on? And he looking around. And then he said, no, what's wrong? Somebody following you? You want me to dial 911 for you? I was like, no, I'm just wondering. And so I'm walking, and I still see this red gnome. And it didn't look like a gnome. It looked human, but it was frumpy. And I'm like looking back, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so weirded out about this. And then I happen to go in the house, and I feel like the call to go on YouTube. And when I go on YouTube, it was a person on my For You page called The Witch's Cauldron. And I said, what is this? Like, I didn't subscribe to this. How'd this get here? And the title was My Interactions with the Gnome. And I said, I don't really want to look at this, but no shit. Some told me to look at it, 3333. And when I looked at it, she described exactly what I saw. And the date of that video, she had posted this. It was like 6 years before I saw this video. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And today, that image came back to me about the gnome, and I kept saying, I'm gonna check and see what color is the grumpy dwarf, because it kept referring it to that. And I said, I'm gonna check and see. I'm gonna check and see. And I was sitting on the patio today, and when I said, this gnome better not be red. And no shit, it was red, the grumpy dwarf. I was through. So I feel like that old version of you, that Snow White version of you, What was Snow White? Was Snow White about the evil stepmother? I don't know. Was Snow White about that? Yeah, I think so. Like the stepmother like wanted to kill her and she ran away, and she ran into some doors and they were all living together happily. Okay, 6666, great blessings. And that's why I said the number 6, because I wanted to say 666 would be significant and it came out. I think that's what that's about. So it's like that old version of you, of people out to get you, right? That energy of people wanting to destroy you, people wanting to kill you. They're actually like something about the mirror. Damn, 1 2 3 4 here. I said you could be seeing 2 3 4. Something about the mirror. Like you guys are like, man, reflecting back to people their own shit. Like you're sending it back to them, right? You're having them look at the mirror. No, the Most High, their karma is having them look at themselves in the mirror. Look at themselves for the wicked witch. I don't know for what they really are. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's why I was feeling that energy so hard yesterday. I wanted to cry because I wanted to cry. I feel so bad for whoever that was. Oh my God, I wanted to cry. So I feel like you guys are like taking that that apple that was bit, right? Like that poisonous apple that was bit. You guys are spitting that shit up. You're being revived, right? Even that energy, someday my prince will come. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if that's from Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. I don't think I really watched Snow White like that. Maybe when I was a kid, but as I got older, I don't know. But it felt like you are reflecting back people their own stuff with the Most High, having them look in the mirror at themselves, and they may be thinking about you because this is something, could be a way that they treated you because of themselves, and they may be feeling that, and you may be picking up on it, and it's at this time like their stuff is being reflected back to them. Okay, it's giving that type of energy, that whole Snow White scene, but reversed. The Huntsman, if that makes sense. I don't know, like, is that the Huntsman with Charlize Theron, and then like with the Ice Queen or something? That's some references that's being given to me. Maybe that holds some significance for you all. 666, great blessings. 1 2 3 4, good luck. And look how all these is confirmation. Manifested wisdom, 777, 1212, persistence, 0808, swift action, 2121, energy levels, 1144, high vibes, 0303, taking chances, and then starting fresh. Like look at all of this goodness. So you could be seeing these numbers, 2121, 0808. I was gonna say 8080. You could also be seeing 6666. You could be seeing 1 2 3 4. You could be seeing 777. You all could be seeing 1212. You all could be seeing 1144. You all could be seeing high vibe, 0303, taking chance. Oh, and I was gonna say this, 1313. I was gonna say pay attention to your unique skills, and then here it goes right here. I don't know, for whatever reason, feminine forces 2222. You guys are guides, allies. I was gonna say allies right here. Feminine forces. That's that Pachamama energy. That Tiamat energy. I was gonna say like act on your ideas at this time. Also, something was coming up. 888 is here. Karma. What I just say? This guy. Keep going. Perseverance is here. Name Enoch, 777. That could be significant to you all. I don't know why that just came up. It just did. Okay. 1111. Wishes coming true. Okay. I was feeling that energy. And so that's the message. I hope it made sense. I hope I wasn't all over the place. It's just the energy when it's like that. I can get, you know, bounce like that. And so, man, the gatherer, another feminine force, is just helping you all gather up your truth, okay, to cut through illusions, okay, the blade. is here. Sacrifice. You sacrificing that old version of you. Like, oh, the rainbow. I was gonna say somewhere over the rainbow. I promise you I was finna sing this song. And look at that shit. That is so beautiful. Soul retrievals, right? You're retrieving that version of you that was sacrificed, right? Man. And then yesterday I was singing that song, Creed. My sacrifice. I was laying in the bed singing that song. Yeah, I was singing that, my sacrifice. And so it's like that version of you, that inner version of you, that childlike version of you that we all had to sacrifice to become human, right? You're getting that back because you don't need this humanesque anymore. And that kind of like with Snow White when she was tricked into biting that apple, right? It's kind of, it's giving that energy. I hope this making sense, okay? Sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. Okay, and so that is the message. Just let this energy pass through me and I'm thanking them for it. And so, namaste, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. 44. Thank you for not giving up on yourselves. Thank you for keeping going on yourselves. Thank you for seeing the love and the joy in yourself. Okay, because when you rise, the world rises. You naturally elevate the earth, okay? And so when you tap into that natural true space of you, right, not what the world gave you, right, but what you naturally are, when you return home to that space, it's like you are activating this realm, okay? It's like what I'm being shown is like when you step on the land, it lights up and it switches to your vibrational frequency to hold your vibrational frequency. And by you walking on this land, everyone else that walks on the land, right, or that is there, they receive like an automatic upgrade because of you, okay? So that's beautiful to know, okay? That is just so beautiful. I love you all so much. Thank you for just being you. Thank you for not giving up and keep going. And I know it's hard. That's why we put these videos up, because but we maintain. We say the saying, you can fall down 1,000 times, but you would never lay in that shit, right? And so we fall down, but we get up. It's that type of energy. And so namaste. I love you all so much. Bye.